y'all, Knife Detector here, and guess what? I have another knife video for you guys today. And the knife I have today that I'm going to showcase is an Ole Smoky. You guys know Ole Smokies. Ole Smokies have been around since the 1970s. And you would see these in the old mom and pop hardware stores. When you used to go to the hardware store with your dad, you used to look in their case and you used to see some knives there. They were usually Pakistan knives. You may have seen some Wild Turkey old Pakistan knives, and then you would see some Ole Smokies. Ole Smoky, Smoky Mountain Knife Works knives, right? And these are Pakistan knives. The only thing is that, sometimes you get across some nice ones, right? You get across some knives that do the job. You know, when I look for a cheap knife, right, because this is a cheap knife, it's a knife that maybe you buy because you need a knife and you didn't bring yours, or you don't want to damage your good knife. You know, you have a little bit of extra money in your pocket, so you buy this knife, right? Well, when I get a cheap knife, this is what I look for. First thing I look for is that, one, it's functional, that it works as it should and it does what it is supposed to do. Two, I also look for a knife that is durable and sturdy. And if you drop it, it's not going to break. And something that's tough, you know. And three, I also look for a knife that looks cool, guys. I want a knife that also, if you pull it out, it's going to be a nice conversation piece and your buddies are going to go, hey, where'd you get that one? I had one of those, or that looks like something I'd like to have. Where'd you get it? You know? So those are the types of things I look for in a cheap knife. And this is one of those. Now, another thing I'm going to mention right off the bat is that if you're new to my channel, this is the Knife Detector channel, and I like to do reviews on vintage knives, but sometimes I do reviews on more modern knives if it's a cool knife that I like to make a review on. And this is a knife that I think is almost vintage, but it's not quite there yet. This might be maybe 15 years old or so, maybe 10 or 15 years old. But let's take a closer look at this knife. Now, as some of these knives you have, some of these Pakistan Ole Smokies, they have these brass embellishments. And they're kind of nice. They're kind of nice. This kind of looks like it has the dimensions of a Buck 110 or a Schrade LB7. And it almost looked like the exact pattern maybe of a Schrade LB7. But check this out. Check out these Stag handles. This is real thick Stag, guys. Real thick. That's what separates this knife from the others, is the Stag handles on this beautiful knife, right? Now, as you can expect, the craftsmanship is not 100%. The tolerances are not 100% because this is a Pakistan knife and it's done kind of on the cheap. So there you have a gap right there where the handle is, It's not perfect. Now, if you look closely here, you have the Ole Smoky insignia right there. And let's open that up. Hard snap open. Right, and that's the blade. The blade, as you would expect, is probably made from some type of 440 stainless steel. And take a look at this. Look how thick this knife is, guys. That's really the selling point of this knife, how thick those Stag handles are. Feels real good in the hand. Check out the other side. Look at the other side of this Stag handle. They're not a match. Because once I said again, this is not a knife that you're going to buy because of the fit and finish. This is a knife you're going to buy because it looks cool, it's durable, and it gets the job done, right? So beautiful Stag on this side, beautiful Stag on that side. It doesn't match. It doesn't matter. People can only see one side at a time anyway. It don't make a bit of difference. It does say Pakistan there, but remember, you're buying this knife not because, it's something that you're going to cherish for the rest of your life. You're going to use this sucker. This is a knife you're going to use. This is a knife you're going to use out on the ranch, out on the farm, when you go out hunting, and you don't want to get your Spider Co. all nice and messy, or you don't want to get your $200 Benchmade all nice and messy. You're going to use this knife, right? Or your other custom knife. You might want to pull this bad boy out as a secondary blade. And there again, you have the Ole Smoky insignia. Now, I have a few of these knives, right? But I wanted to show you this one because this is a pretty one. Another thing about this one is that I'm going to put it up for sale. A knife like this is not going to break the bank, and it will not break the bank when I sell it either. I'm going to put this knife up for probably $16.80, and that includes shipping. Shipping included, $16.80 will get you this knife on my eBay site. Probably going to put it up later tonight. So take a look at that, guys, and be on the lookout. Because if you want one of these Ole Smokies, beautiful looking handles, a knife that is going to get the job done. Well, here's one of them. Okay, this is a beauty. I almost don't want to let this one go because of the Stag. But gosh, I have a few. And you know what else? I'm going to have another video coming up of a much larger Ole Smoky that's about 2 or 3 times the size of this one with equally beautiful Stag handles that I'm not going to let go of, NFS. But this one I am. So 1680 buys it, and that's shipped to your door in the lower 48 states. So check it out, guys. This is a knife detector tuning out. Not all my videos are knife sale videos, but this one is. So you guys have a blessed rest of the weekend. Take care, enjoy, and stay sharp, my friends.